Hey, what's going on, guys? YouTube. It's been a while since I made a video here. It's because I've been putting in blood, sweat, and tears to get this Liam Coen offense going, man. I've been playing a lot of games. If you guys check out my other channel, I made a post about it. I'll put it in the description below. It's just my gameplay channel. I just made one channel with just so anybody can just go find games, okay? And look at the description of every game that I play. Because I put down the offense that I'm using. And you're going to see me saying a lot of the offenses that you're watching me play in college football, it's all Coen version 1 beta, okay? And you'll see me running this playbook the past month, really trying to learn it. So some of the times that I'm playing against people on the computer, especially the computer, I'm kind of just testing plays out, let's be honest. I'm not really trying to run a real offense, trying to find out what works or what doesn't. But at the same time, you can get a little preview there, and also going forward, you can learn a lot about the offense for free by going to that channel, okay? So I want to make sure you guys know about it. Look at the description below. But what I'm going to do here is I already made a preview video for my guys on Patreon. I already made an intro video, I'm sorry, which talks about the offense. I'm going to give you guys that information now. And then also a little bit of game film from Kentucky 2021. I'll talk about it in the next video clip here. So this is for you guys on YouTube. I appreciate your support. I would love to continue to keep growing the channel. I'm going to continue to give you guys as much content that I can when it comes to just learning about different schemes, learning about real life football, and just giving you guys the educational tools that can really help you be a better player on the virtual gridiron, but also when you watch games, be knowledgeable about what type of plays are being run. And I think Liam Coen, with his system, is very interesting right now, and I think a lot of people probably want to know what he's all about. So I'm going to give you a preview through the video game world, but it will apply to the regular real life world as well. Okay, so let me just jump right on in. I'm gonna cut this off and go right into the regular intro that the guys on Patreon already got. All right, so if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave a comment below, and I'll talk to you later. Hey, what's going on, Patreon guys? All-22 coming back with the Liam Coen offense. Just a quick intro. It's so funny with the timing of this. I've been working on this offense for about 2 months. You guys know about it. I've talked about it. I have the resources to kind of like get some inside information. That's the reason why I'm doing it. It kind of works with the Shanahan offense. I like it better than the Shanahan offense, to be honest with you. It actually takes a lot of the West Coast system, old school principles, and mixes it with the new school wide zone system. Okay, so as you know, he's currently the head coach of the Jaguars. He's was going to be the highest paid coordinator, staying with the Bucks, and you guys know the funny story with that. But we're going to focus on his times in Kentucky, because we're going to make this offense to start college football offense. That's something that if you want to run a pro style offense in college, which is the style that I like to run, because then I can also use it in Madden. So the plays that you're going to see here, once we get to the play call sheet, you're going to recognize a lot of this stuff from Madden. It's in the game, so you can really create this in Madden as well. The plays are going to be the same. The formations are going to be very similar, if not the exact same thing. So just so you know, the book that I'm using is Kentucky to start with, and then I made it into a custom. So the reason why I'm telling you that is, if you want to just use Kentucky, you can, and 70 to 75% of the play call sheet is going to be based off of the Kentucky book straight up. So you can actually get through a game and play with the Kentucky book if that's what you choose to do. If you want to download the custom book, it's going to be called Coen V1, and Coen, I should say, V1. And it's going to be out there pretty soon. Obviously, as soon as I release this video, it should be up there in the share folder for you guys. But again, you can really recreate this book probably in Madden. I am not going to make the custom book in Madden this year, but I will later on take a look at the Tampa Bay book or maybe the Rams book and try to create a play call sheet with a stock book. And going forward, we're probably going to do more of that. We're probably do more stock books. Custom books take a little time, as you can see. And I took my time on this project because I wanted you guys to have pretty much an updated version of a wide zone offense that is well put together, is organized, easy to find, easy to read. You don't have to memorize formations. It's all there for you. Okay, so, and then also I wanted to make sure that I gave you the whole thing at once instead of doing it piece by piece. So these videos will be separated into separate videos, but they actually will come out within a day or two of each other. They're going to come out daily. It's not going to be a long wait between videos like you've had with the Shanahan offense. Okay, so probably in about a week's time. I might even release it all at once, to be honest with you. So it's all done. So I just need to show it to you. So let's give you the quick intro. All right, we'll watch some film at the end of this, but let's just kind of take a look at this bad boy and go through it. All right, so I used the Kentucky playbook from 2021, cut-ups from 2021. I have some 2023 when he came back the second time to Kentucky. All right, as you know, in 21, it's going to be Will Levis as his quarterback. So he pretty much, I think, put Will Levis on the map. That was his best year at Kentucky, and he gave him the opportunity to get drafted early, okay? But the McVay and Shanahan studies that we've been doing, it's all the same family, okay? So a lot of the verbiage is going to be the same, and some of it that's new. It'll make a lot of sense to you if you've been following along with that stuff, okay? All right, hallmarks of this offense. So unlike Shanahan, the McVay side of the branch, I would call it, runs more tight end side runs, okay? So they run to their tight end. So whoever your tight end is in your offense, he needs to be a good blocker. Don't just get a guy who's just a pass-catching guy, okay? Unlike the Shanahan offense, where they run away from the tight end often, okay? I say balance, run and pass. I mean, it could even lean more heavy run, to be honest with you, but they're more balanced. They will throw, they will pass. You go into a game, you have to be ready for both. Shanahan's offense, I'm going to keep comparing this to Shanahan just because we already kind of talked about it, is more heavy run when they're good, okay? And then they pass when needed. So this is more of a balanced offense. Motions, hallmark, right? So we're going to get motions really with the jet motion stuff. That's more of the McVay tree. He doesn't motion just to motion, really. He motions to use the jet action or some type of, get your eyes going one way. But I do believe McVay in real life is actually one of the highest teams that motion the most, but it's mostly that jet action, right? So we're going to get a lot of jet motion in this playbook. QB friendly, just like any West Coast team, right? We're going pure progression here. And also, I think Coen tells his quarterback to run. I mean, every quarterback he's had, Will Levis, and then now with Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield, they run if they don't have their, probably their second read. They're not really checking it down too often. So interesting thought process there. We'll attack outside the numbers. We talked about that. That's something that this offense will do. You can't just stack everybody in the middle of the field. They will attack outside the numbers on drop back pass, okay? All right, formation types, they are mostly one back, okay? So don't really worry about getting a fullback in the offense. Trips is a huge part of this playbook. It's going to be, I made sure that there's a lot of 2x2 in there, but on third down, it's really hard not to be in trips. McVay and Coen love trips. And the reason why, it's harder to blitz trips, guys. It's harder to show, it's harder to disguise your defense versus trips. So they play into that. They do use compression and they also use spread. So this is a very varied playbook. You're not going to be stuck in just being in compress all day like Shanahan, okay? McVay, if you ever watch his stuff, he will be in compress more than a lot of his guys who have been his coordinators. So even if you look at Kevin O'Connell, if you look at Matt LaFleur, and obviously Coen, they will spread out more than McVay. I don't know, they just believe in that. McVay really likes to stay more compressed than anybody else, okay? All right, run game. So zone, but not wide zone heavy, which is kind of, I'm telling you what I've seen off the film and what I've kind of peaked a little bit. Maybe even when Coen was with Tampa Bay. You don't see wide zone. They mix it in there. It's just, they are actually a balanced attack, in my opinion. This is not attack where it's all heavy wide zone. I see them run inside zone just as much as they do in wide zone. And that could be just kind of the evolution of this offense where 5 to 6, 7, 8 years ago, it was run wide zone until they stop you and then boot off of it. It's now all these guys, even Shanahan, are using pulling plays. I think the pulling plays are so good in the league right now, and they really stress the defense more when it comes to they have to practice the wide zone and they have to practice the pullers, that they use it. So duo is in there. We kind of talked about that before. Duo is a big part of all these systems now. And then pulling plays, we kind of showed you that. Well, I showed it to the coordinator guys and the DB room guys. They do run pin and pull, and they do run counter. Okay, so it's not going to be in this playbook, unfortunately. I kind of had to go back and add some more in there at the very end. It's not on my play call sheet right now. Not a big part of what they do. And also, I'm sorry, it is actually a big part of what I've seen on film. But the playbook itself in Kentucky, the Kentucky playbook, and even when I go and make my custom playbooks, it's hard to find good pulling plays, okay? Now, read option and QB design runs. We're in a college game. If you guys watch college football, this has really been my first year watching it a little bit, with the same vision, the same, focus that I do with the NFL. Quarterback runs are huge, especially on third down. I need to probably add more quarterback runs on my third down sheet, to be honest with you. QB design runs are going to be in there. So we're going to run option. We're going to run speed option, read option. We're going to run some, I don't have any real QB runs in there right now. If I do, I might have one play, but expect that stuff. All right. We're in college. We're going to get a lot more of that than we would in the NFL. Okay, quick game. Really easy, man. This guy loves some spacing. Even if you look at him in the NFL right now, I think I've seen some other commentators. One guy I watched talk about Liam Coen. He loves spacing, and I do too. It's really a good play. And in college football, Madden, it's a really good play. All right, steamer is what he calls shock. Okay, so the shock play, what we call the Patriot play for Shanahan, it's called steamer. That's one of his top plays. It shows up over and over and over. And I think in the college game, it's really good because you got all that space to the field to run that inside fade to number 2. All right, not a lot of slants, and not a lot of, going back to this, not a lot of stick, 3x1 stick. He has more 2x2 stick, okay? All right, drop back game. Again, we got the choice routes. We know it. We love it. So that's going to be more of our compression stuff, 2x2. We have shallows show up a good amount. It's easy to run away from people. So we're going to get a lot of the Cherokee. This Cherokee is what they call mesh, or, just Indian. I think it's called, what we call it in the Shanahan system, Indian. So they call it Cherokee. Digs are going to show up a good amount here. They will drop back and throw dagger. So dagger doesn't show up in the actual real life book. So when I show you the real life book, you don't see it in the actual drawings. But when you watch the tape, you see it a lot. And then flood. Now I call flood is sail, but also there's a play called pressure where 3 works out at 12 yards and 1 and 2 go vertical. So it's 3x1. You can picture that. To me, those are flood concepts. And again, that goes back to the idea that they will drop back and throw it outside the numbers, okay? All right, red zone passes is their core passing game. I really like that. They don't veer away from just, hey, we're going to be in the red zone, we're going to do something completely different. They run the same stuff. You're going to see more shallows. You're going to see some halfback wheels, picks, things like that. Pick routes would be like somebody on the inside is running out to the flat. Number 1 sitting down, running a stick. Number 2 is going to the flat. A natural rub happens. You're going to get some wheels, all right? With the running back, you're going to get some wheels from wide receivers. You see that more in film, all right? And then the play action game, I don't know why I saved it for last, but honestly, this is a decent part of what they do. I don't see them they're not like Shanahan where it's run, play action, run, play action. That's not the setup. It's really a very more overall, it's mixed into their concepts probably just as much as anything else. But when they do, it's all the same stuff that you guys know from the Yankee concept. So blazer, all right, and then we get to our naked plays, our boot plays with the slide action, all the same stuff, all the same really formations and plays that you guys are used to, okay? So that's pretty much it when it comes to the preview. Let's take a look at some film. What I did was I just went back and I'm just going to watch a little bit of a game with you guys from 2021. It is the Fiesta Bowl versus Iowa. Will Levis at quarterback, Liam Coen at offensive coordinator. I'll see you there. Okay, guys, let the film run and I'll just stop it on certain things, rewind a little bit. But the very first play is a pin and pull type of play, going to the outside. Like I told you, this offense will pull a lot. And this is part of their scheme. Now, it could be based on obviously who they're going up against, the front that we're seeing, but that is part of the offense. All right. Look at these formations. Here we got two tight ends. This is actually an unbalanced formation, but the most important thing to take a look at is the jet motion, right? So we got two tight ends over here to the left, 12 personnel. You get the jet motion coming across. That looks like that could have been wide zone right there. To be honest with you, that looked like that was wide zone going technically away from the tight ends. All right. Here we go with a 3-by-1. Good old spread. This is actually one of the few times I've ever seen them run a traditional stick. So we do know it's in their offense. That's just 3-by-1 stick combination. Usually what you're going to see is what they call steamer, which is the shock play. Okay. But those plays are in the same family if you want to look at it that way. 2nd and 5, 2-by-2. Tight end is kind of in that little sniffer position. He comes back across and he blocks the backside edge. So this is probably going to be just inside zone with the backside blocker. So technically this is running into the open side, but we're running technically away from the tight end, but it's just regular inside zone blocking. That's, that motion does help with identifying coverage. Here goes 3-by-1. This is actually a 4-by-1 play. Again, I talked about it before, and I'll talk about it again. 3rd down is really going to be a lot of QB runs, specialized runs, 3rd and 3, but not like the NFL. We're going to sit back and throw the ball. So it's going to be a lot of that stuff in there. That was really a little specialty play. Here goes another 4-by-1 formation, I would call it, or trip strong. All right, we got a little play action. This could be a little designer play for this game right here, for this bowl game. Again, this is the Fiesta Bowl. Looks like we have 12 personnel, play action. Not exactly sure what concept that would have been, but it's more of that 4-by-1 family to get somebody to the flat. Here goes another bunch strong play, RPO. So we're going to see a good amount of this stuff in this offense as well. We either have the screen to the left or we just run inside zone. And as I show you guys the playbook coming up here soon, he has different words. He calls it beetle or spider. Okay. To the left is beetle, to the right is spider. All right, here goes another RPO play. Okay. With the pin and pull to the right, RPO bubble to the 3-by-1. Again, we're showing 4-by-1. We do have that in our playbook. We don't have this exact play with the pin and pull with this, but we have something similar. 2nd and 6, 12 personnel, West formation, or it could have been actually East formation, the way it was kind of set up. Good old screen plays. So screens are a big part of this offense, guys. I didn't put that into my breakdown in the beginning. I apologize. And it's everybody gets screens. Wide receivers, tight ends, running backs. That's always a big part of the wide zone offense, even when you look at Shanahan as well. 3rd and 4, looks like we have 12 personnel, little wing slot gun. This is actually a double slant play. I don't really see this too often in this offense, but they took advantage of it. Looks like a little bit of a right-hand side is running kind of like a snag concept. Left-hand side is just running double slants. 1st and 10. Good drive to start the game for them. Looks like they motion that tight end over to get to that drop formation, which you guys will learn about that later. This is the Y leak play. So this is off of boot. Funny, they haven't really booted at all, but down in the red zone, they must have it in their system. And I'll talk more about this. Leak. The leak play is a big play in their offense. What I've seen on film, it just doesn't work well in Madden. It kind of works just like that. Like it just doesn't get open. But maybe it can work. I'll try it more in college football. But leak is a big play for them. 3-by-1 spread. If you see right there, that's a QB draw read right there with steamer on the right-hand side, which I know I'm giving you guys words that you don't know what I'm talking about yet, but it will make sense. Once you look, if you're looking at the play call sheet while you're watching this, I gave you guys the ability to download this if you're part of the Patreon. Steamer is shock, right? The shock H option play, okay? Here we go. Love this formation. This is going to be a big formation for us as well. We just get spacing, traditional spacing on the left-hand side. At the top, let me see, let me go back on that one real quick. Looks like that's just the pressure out. No, I don't know. It could be a red zone play in the back. I'm not sure if number one's running a backline route, but where the ball went is just traditional spacing. Both tight ends sit down, back checks and flares out. QB goes through his reads. He went across the field from right to left. Look at the QB's head, right? So he looks at that pressure out over there. He looks to see if it's open. It comes across, reads it, and then checks it down. I'll say this, guys, something about the red zone. It's really hard to try to throw the ball into the end zone sometimes. It's better to sometimes to just let the ball be thrown behind the line of scrimmage to a running back and let them get in, okay? All right, so we get the jet motion here again. Looks like we are in drop formation, which is like ace with the F off, big jet, and we're just running. That looks like it could be inside zone or wide zone with the backside blocker coming back, which is called flash. You ever hear the word flash in their offense? That means somebody is pulling back. This looks like counter. Interesting way of doing it. I've actually seen this in the NFL a few times where they start going one way and they come back the other. Watch the tight end starts going back like he's pulling to the left and then comes back. Kind of gets in the way a little bit, but again, counter. You see that popping up a lot. 3rd and 10, first 3rd and long. Let's see what we get here. Get a little reduction motion, the 2x2. Looks like we get a drive concept with some sort of just vertical route on the right hand side. I think the pass rush number 97 is a really good player. Got to find out who that is or was back in 2001. He just ran around that tackle. Maybe the tackle's just not a great player, but you can see the route concept. It was two vertical. It was basically Aggie on the right hand side. You'll learn what that means. Just two verticals with drive. Here I was telling you, this is what I was talking about. We're gonna go back and watch this play. So this would be considered the blaze out locker, right? So we get the jet motion, which is going to happen a lot, right? We get the play action, and then we get this deep outcut right here at the bottom of the screen, right? By this receiver. So this is where this offense is different, right? We're going to get these guys running routes out here, right? That are going to be thrown out there. So I'm not sure if the backfield action is exactly like the Blaze Locker play, which in the game I forgot what it's called. But we do have this play up in our system. It's part of every system, the Shanahan system as well. It's just a good play. That was actually cover two. Route so deep that it didn't matter. Warner could not cover it. Let's see the backfield action here. Does it play off of inside zone, outside zone? Yeah, it does a little bit. So, you want that play to look like boot going to the right there of the screen from the defensive point of view, and then he sets up and throws it back the other way, but it's okay. Slot formation. Really, it's 12 personnel. It's really you off trips, which is one of the formations that we have, I think. They just motion the guy down in there. Let me see what the run play was here. He actually gets into the sniffer position inside the tackle. I mean, that's just inside zone. That's just pure, just actually, that could have been duo. Let me see. No, it's not duo. That's just inside zone. They're running the ball to the offensive right here. As we learn this stuff, that's going to be spider. 2x2, traditional 2x2, pulling guard. Okay, so this would be a play that I would consider one back power, which I don't have in their playbook right now. I don't see this play a lot, but that's just one back power with the puller. So that's something that would be like, that's base. That's 45 base in Madden. Okay. All right. This formation right here, to me, from the film that I've watched, is huge. And even just in general, Coen loves just this formation. It's going to show up a lot. It's a big play formation. It could be 4x1 with the running back being over here, okay, or it could just be regular 3x1 nub, okay. But this is going to be a big formation for them. A lot of their core plays come out of this, so just be ready for that. Here goes another. Really, it looks like that was a option. It could have been like QB bash, right? Counter bash is what it's called, I think. Again, this RPO system run game, quarterback's reading this. He could give it or keep it. I think it's called counter bash, right? All right, then 2x2 formation, Y off. Tight formations with the receivers there a little bit. Got a little double move action at the bottom. They were just trying to set them up here. It looks like a little bit of a, this is a designer play. They're blitzing the corner at the top. They try to still throw that wheel route, right? So, again, taking shots right before you get into the red zone. This is what I call the attack zone right here. Another QB run. What did I say? 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. You know, you saw this in the national championship game too. Like everybody just runs the ball with their quarterback, but you got to have that one back puller. So it's basically true power now because your halfback turned into a blocker. He blocked the edge like how a fullback would if it was power, and then you got the puller, and then Levis is your running back. So 3rd and 3, I'm gonna have to change up my call sheet. Right now, you guys kind of have an NFL style call sheet. I need to probably make it a little bit more QB run. All right, here we go. 2x2. We're going to get that fast motion to the flat. That's a big thing for them. This play right here is a straight up, I think, air raid play. All you air raid guys, don't get mad at me. But, I mean, take a look at this right here, right? You're going to get verticals, right? Whatever it is here. And then you're going to get this guy coming across and working his way up. It's like he's working that shallow and then he goes, boop, and tries to get up the field. He's pulling out coverage this way. This is an air raid play. But you know what? You can use it, man. If you're creative, just go take stuff that take it. I'm pretty sure they saw this on film, and that guy is wide butt naked. It's just again, we can't block the edge rusher on this play here. This is a different guy who made the play. Oh, they did a little stunt. He came up the middle actually. That play was wide open. If that pass rush didn't come through, 2nd and 18, full empty. So empty is part of the offense, right? This is old school. This is actually what do you call it? Uh, the jerk route, but in the game it has I forgot the name. We have this play in the game. But number 3 works the option route in the middle. We have our fades. We have our sit down hitches on the outside. Oh, I'm forgetting the name right now. I apologize. It's in Madden. It's in the game. I guess I can add it in there, but uh again, he's not getting any protection. Levis is getting blasted right now. 3rd and extra long. We're gonna get 7-man protection, and we're gonna get just a dagger concept. So you're gonna see the inside receiver just work right down the middle versus this cover 2, right? Go back on this. Makes a nice throw and catch here. Pretty simple. When I say 7-man protection, let me just change the color. I don't like that color. Um, you can see when the tight ends Y off like this, he's gonna sit here and chip and then leak out. He's probably gonna stay in and block, and then maybe I'm not sure where he's gonna sit down. This is probably gonna be full slide protection, right? It's 7-man protection to block up against any pressures. And we're just gonna get some sort of individual route here. We get the dig here, and we get him running through to the middle of the field here. And this is just a, we're going to try to get a chunk play here to try to get these yards back. If nothing's there, then we'll just check it down. This is where Levis' strong arm. He even did a token ball fake, which I know a lot of people in the sim community think that people don't do, but they do. Watch Levis take a little token ball fake. Nobody's even reaching for the ball, but makes an outstanding throw. That's what got him drafted. Good catch, too. 1st and 10, we're keeping the chains going here, right? You got 12 personnel. Got this little short motion. This is a wham play right there. You guys know this play in the game. At first, I thought this was actually just inside zone with the back block with the flash block, but this is actually wham. Okay, so that's actually in the game itself. I have to probably add that to the playbook. I actually had an opportunity to do that. I did not do that, so I will do that later. All right, we got another like West formation, little trickery here off we finally give the jet and then we fake the reverse, which is actually we have that option in the game, not to run the jet off of it, but we do have the run play and then we can have an option to do it yourself reverse. But that's one of the plays in the playbook that I have in there for you guys, but it's not exactly like that. Again, jet motion, RPO. He throws the Omaha on the backside right here. So we get our jet motion, we get our token fake. This is definitely an RPO. Corner was giving him all that space over there, so he just threw that Omaha. I would love to see that be a touchdown, but I guess the timing of that route, you can't get it deeper than 5 yards because you're throwing it off of RPO action. 3rd and 2. What do you think is going to happen here? We're under center. We get a little reverse motion, fake reverse pass. Trying to get himself an easy touchdown there, but good job by the defense, I guess. Just reacting in time. Levis tries to run over 8 people. Doesn't work. You see it from here. I think it's a good play call. I'm not going to judge the play call based off the result. I think the idea of doing it was good. All right. I think that's enough, man. I think you guys got a feel for the offense. Actually, let's just take a look here. Looks like they got the ball on a turnover. There goes again that counter bash play. Now, I've watched a good number of games. I don't really see that. I haven't seen them use counter bash that much. At least I don't remember it. He got pushed into the dart. Wow. All right. All right. So here we go. 2x2. Jet motion. Interesting play there. The jet motion became a blocker. It looks like that's just inside zone here. We're watching the jet motion guy actually get in there. Now, the funny thing is that, the McVay system and in their system, they really use their wide receivers to block a lot. I'm not sure if Coen is going to do if he's the same way, but that play makes me think he is. Here we go, 3x1 nub. Little toss play right here, pitch play. This is actually in the game as well. You can run this play. Did he actually run? Interesting how they did that. He went, oh, it's option. My fault. He ran option, speed option. Or is it load option? I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's really speed option. It's the same thing. So you see how we're trying to run the ball with the QB, trying to run it down there low. 3rd down. Looks like we get our wheel concept like I told you guys about. We're going to get wheels down here. They brought the house. They tried to throw up the wheel. Couldn't complete it, but that's that. All right. I'm pretty sure that's it for this series. Yeah, it is. Okay. So you guys got a feel for what's going on. You see the offense. Take a look at the play call sheet when I come back in the next video. Actually, you know what? Let's do it all right now. Okay. So you guys had the play call sheet already. You probably took a look at it already. This is going to be just for the guys on Patreon. You guys on YouTube, if you get to this part of the video, the play call sheet is part of the Patreon. I'm not going to show it right now because I spent about 2 months kind of putting it together. So those guys have it. I want you guys to know that a lot of this stuff is similar to the actual Shanahan stuff that I have. So really, you look at the plays, you see what they are. A lot of it is the same. So it converts that way. All right. And when you watch my games, you will see, don't forget my other channel. I forgot to say that in the very beginning. I do have my other channel where I'm putting up game film exclusively. So you can just sit back, relax, and just watch my games without worrying about other content coming across. So you can just kind of go there and just catch all the gameplays, good, bad, ugly, games that I suck at, games that I'm good at. They're all there. Okay. So not very little commentary. I don't have any commentary right now. I will put some up there later on, but that's there for you. Okay. So cut the video for you guys. Appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know.